Simon had been up all night. His small fishing boat rocked gently at the dock while the early morning sun began to rise over the water. He leaned against the railing, exhausted, scrubbing his nets clean. The night had been a total waste. Not a single fish worth selling. No fish meant no money. No money meant explaining things to his family again. Simon ran a hand over his face. Another long night for nothing. His brother Andrew, the apostle, worked quietly beside him, untangling rope from the nets. The dock was starting to fill with people. But they weren't there for fish. They were there for a man, Jesus. Word had spread all over town about him, the teacher who spoke about God like he actually knew him personally. Soon the crowd was pressing closer to the water, trying to hear him. Jesus looked around and then stepped onto Simon's boat. "Mind if I use this?" he asked. Simon shrugged. "Go ahead." Jesus sat down on the edge of the boat and began teaching the crowd while Simon finished cleaning his nets. For a while, Simon barely listened. He was too busy thinking about bills, responsibilities, the long night he'd just wasted. Eventually, Jesus finished speaking. The crowd slowly drifted away. Simon figured the morning was finally over. But Jesus turned to him. "Take the boat out into deeper water," he said, "and drop your nets again." Simon blinked. He almost laughed. "Look, we've been fishing all night," he said, "and we didn't catch anything." Simon had been fishing his entire life. Jesus was a teacher, not a fisherman. But something about him made Simon pause. Then Simon sighed and nodded. "All right, but because you said so, we'll try." They pushed the boat out into the water. Simon tossed the nets over the side. For a moment, nothing happened. Then suddenly, the ropes jerked hard. The nets pulled down into the water like something massive had grabbed them. Fish, tons of them. Simon grabbed the ropes, struggling to pull the nets up. "Andrew, help me." The nets were so full, they started tearing apart. They waved for another boat to come help their partners. James the Apostle and John the Apostle rushed over. Both boats filled with fish so quickly they nearly sank. Simon stared at the piles of fish in disbelief. Then he looked at Jesus. Suddenly, Simon felt small. He dropped to his knees in the boat. "Lord, you should stay away from someone like me," he said